thing about the situation though. So Tay-K opened his door and shot Mark
Wow.
Saldivar. Joanna Reyes
I
said
didn't
that
know
after
that
they drove
part.
off from the murder scene, Jalen Bell gave Tay-K a high five and congratulated him for killing Mark Saldivar and said, "You caught your first body." Joanna Reyes.
Bro, that's not even a first body. Let's put aside the goody two shoe or whatever, you know. Let's look at it from a street dude's perspective. Let's look at it from a gangbanger perspective. You caught your first body, but it was literally not no like crazy, oh, I caught an op or none of that. You caught a cameraman. Bro, I know y'all remember Lil Tay-K, the little 16-year-old rapper that was famous for going on the run from the police and making viral songs. He has recently came back to the internet. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about bro for like 5 years, but it looks like he is back on the internet right now, and it is for the wrong reasons. Once again, I'm finna get into this. I ain't finna waste no time. But if y'all want to connect with me and see what I'm doing with my life and, you know, talk and chop it up, hit me up on Instagram. Like and comment, subscribe on this video, and hit over to my second channel. We gonna get more reactions popping. We gonna get it cracking over there. Other than that, let's see what we got with this little Tay-K drama.
Everyone thought Tay-K was cooked when he caught a 55-year sentence in 2019,
Yup.
but the story only got crazier from there. And today we're breaking down why he got hit with another 80 years in prison. Back in 2019, Tay-K got convicted of murder for killing a dude named Ethan Walker in 2016.
It's 80 on top of the 55.
But before the cops caught Tay-K, he cut off his ankle monitor and ran off to San Antonio, Texas. Tay-K didn't keep his head down and stay out of the spotlight though. Instead, he dropped his infamous track, The Reyes, and blew up like crazy while he was still on the run. And while Tay-K was doing the race for killing Ethan Walker, he murdered another dude in San Antonio named Mark Saldivar.
On a robbery.
Mark Saldivar was a photographer who was supposed to be working with Tay-K on a photo shoot. But when Mark Saldivar showed up to meet Tay-K and his homies at a Chick-fil-A, Tay-K tried to rob him. Mark Saldivar got out of the car and then jumped on the hood so he could kick the windshield. And that's when Tay-K upped his strap and shot him. The feds eventually caught up to Tay-K and arrested him again for the Ethan Walker murder. And a couple months later, he got hit with a capital murder charge for pulling the trigger on Mark Saldivar. Catching the case is bad enough, but capital murder is even worse because if you get convicted, then it's an automatic life sentence without the chance of parole. Tay-K got convicted for killing Ethan Walker.
Hey, y'all don't know this, but it's Texas too. Like, I think the way it works, correct me if I'm wrong, but Texas, they're really not strict about gun laws. You could carry guns, assuming you're of age. He couldn't, but assuming you're of age, you could carry guns. If you got permit, you could walk in a store, have it literally brandished out, whatever. But if you shoot somebody and kill somebody, they are not playing with you. They will throw that life at you. And at some point in time, it was even a death penalty. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's bad.
And the judge handed down a 55-year sentence. But Tay-K thought he still had a chance of coming home.
Hell nah!
In 2021,
I got no chance of coming home.
Tay-K went on IG Live and had 40K people watching. Tay-K said he had been writing a lot of new music since he had been locked up and that he was working on coming home so he could release it. He told fans that there was a chance that he could get out on an appeal bond, but that's not how it went down.
Hell nah!
Before the murder trial for Mark Saldivar started, Tay-K was having all kinds of drama behind bars. Back in 2019, the news broke that Tay-K was trying to start a prison gang called the Rugrats to go to war with a Hispanic gang called Prieto Tango Blast. The warden got tipped off about the plans and put Tay-K in solitary confinement. And then reporters got a list of rules that the Rugrats are going to use called the Laws of Power. There were also rumors going around that Tay-K had stabbed a prison guard, but the story was never confirmed. Then in February 2023, Tay-K hopped on Twitter and said that one of the dudes on his cell block killed his cellmate with a food tray and stood on his head. Tay-K still has some fans, even though he had been locked up for years at that point, but even they started turning on him and calling him a snitch. Tay-K was still trying to get out of prison, and he said he just needed one chance at adulthood. He was only 16 years old when the murders went down.
We don't want to hear that, because here's my thing, like, 16's young, 17, 18, 19, even 20 to some people. But you are old enough to understand what you're doing. I hate when people try to act like they don't know. I'm not even mad at people who hop in the streets and do stuff, but you shot the cameraman. You shot somebody who was going to do business with you. You didn't rob no ops. You didn't rob no plugs. You didn't rob nobody who signed up for that lifestyle. You were doing this to, like, cameramans and stuff. I don't know about the Ethan Walker guy. I kind of forgot. It's been so many years. I kind of have to refresh. But you robbed somebody or you shot somebody that wasn't even on that. So you get, in my eyes, you get no cool points for that. And not only that, you were old enough to understand what you were doing. You're not 12 years old, bro. If you hop in this game and you play stupid games, then don't be mad when you get your stupid reward. You a dumbass. Like, I don't know what to tell you. We don't feel bad for that. I really don't. I show no sympathy for that.
And Tay-K said if he was white, then the judge would have never given him 55 years over the situation. One of Tay-K's co-defendants on the Ethan Walker case was a white girl who was the same age as him, and Tay-K complained about her being tried as a juvenile while the courts prosecuted him as an adult. It doesn't look like Tay-K's gonna get out early on the Ethan Walker case, and now he's cooked for good. Fans were hoping he beat the Mark Saldivar case and eventually get out on parole, but this is how he ended up getting hit with another 80 years in prison. During the trial for killing Mark Saldivar, Tay-K's girlfriend Joanna Reyes testified against him and told the court exactly how it went down. According to Joanna Reyes, Tay-K asked her to help him find a photographer.
Okay.
Joanna Reyes had seen Mark Saldivar's work
on
Instagram.
Look, bro, you think shooting this person in the face gets you cool points? Look, he looked like I don't know what this is all about. I think he's just holding the chain, but he looked like a good little kid, bro. And he just wanted to come take some pictures. And he was probably like a poppin' rapper at the time, so it's like, oh, this is kind of dope. Like, I get to be around Tay-K, take his pictures and all that, maybe up his career. He looked like a good little kid. You shoot him over, like, what was you even trying to rob? He don't look like he carry a bunch of flashy stuff. Like, you just being an asshole at that point. Why are we gonna feel bad for this? I really don't understand that. Like, just because somebody's our favorite rapper do not mean we gotta just meat ride them and hold them until, you know what I mean, bro. Like, seriously.
So she helped set up the meeting. Joanna was driving the whip with Tay-K and his homie, and they went to pick up Mark Saldivar. Apparently, Mark Saldivar had something else come up though, so he asked him if they could do the photo shoot another day. Everyone was cool with it at first, and Mark Saldivar asked him to drop him off at the mall. Joanna Reyes agreed to take him there, but that's when the situation went left. According to Joanna Reyes, Tay-K pulled his gun out and told Mark Saldivar to hand over his bag. Mark Saldivar refused to hand over his camera bag, so Tay-K and his homie Jalen Bell started hitting him.
Bro.
Mark Saldivar got out and jumped on the hood, and Joanna Reyes said Tay-K told her to get Mark Saldivar off of the whip. Joanna couldn't do anything about the situation though, so Tay-K opened his door and shot Mark Saldivar. Joanna Reyes said that after they drove off from the murder scene, Jalen Bell gave Tay-K a high five and congratulated him for killing Mark Saldivar and said, "You caught your first body." Joanna Reyes.
Bro! That's not even a first body. Let's put aside the goody two-shoe or whatever, you know. Let's look at it from a street dude's perspective. Let's look at it from a gangbanger perspective. You caught your first body, but it was literally not no like crazy, oh, I caught an op or none of that. You caught a cameraman and shot him over a robbery gone wrong. That is not no first body. You don't get cool points for that. I literally just said that. In the dude who high-fived him and is giving him props for that, you a nerd too. Like, you don't. Oh my gosh, bro. Y'all just think murdering anybody for any reason. Y'all gonna get to a level where we kill like 5-year-old little kids and then we were like, yeah, bro, you caught your first body. Shut your stupid ass up, bro. Yeah, throw the book at both of them. I hate
plea deal for 10 years of probation after she agreed to testify against Tay-K. And she told the court the only reason she didn't go to the police immediately is because Tay-K had threatened to kill her and her family. Joanna Reyes' testimony helped put Tay-K away for 80 years, but Tay-K's own legal team heard him too. While Joanna Reyes was testifying, the judges told the defense that they couldn't bring up anything bad about Mark Saldivar before they talked about it with her in the prosecution. According to reports, Mark Saldivar had some stuff in his bag that would have made him look really bad, and Tay-K's defense team tried to bring it up and asked Joanna Reyes about it. The defense didn't talk about it with the judge.
Still, I don't care, bro.
First, though.
It's
so
a cameraman.
The judge cleared the courtroom and told Tay-K's lawyers that they better not let it happen again. Tay-K's lawyers were trying to make it look like Mark Saldivar was a bad dude.
Who cares?
The whole situation. But
that doesn't do anything. It does nothing. He could have been the devil. The point is you shot him point blank, period, after trying to rob him. You did an armed robbery. It did not go the way you wanted, and it turned into a capital murder. It doesn't matter who you shot. That you're not getting off with that. He didn't do anything to you. He could be a bad person all he wants. That's not how the law works, bro. What kind of lawyers is these? I guess you're just throwing full course at that point.
The judge cut them off and told the jury to forget about what they had just heard. Tay-K's sister, Kayla Beverly, tried to help him out and testified for the defense. Kayla told the court about all the abuse Tay-K went through and said that Tay-K and her went into foster care when she was 7
so what?
He was 5 years old.
They don't care.
According to Kayla, they ended up living with their dad for a while, and their dad would beat them with pieces of wood and even tie Tay-K to an ironing board.
Tamar was younger than me, he would cry. and just maybe they would think he was overdramatic. So they would tie him down to an ironing board, strap him down, like stuff like that.
Kayla testified after Tay-K was already found guilty, but Tay-K's lawyers thought her testimony would help him with sentencing. The judge said that Tay-K had a rough life, but he was still responsible for what he did.
Pretty much.
Tay-K's sister Kayla said that everything started because they had to run away from home though. Tay-K and her both ran away because her dad was beating them so much. And Kayla said that's how Tay-K ended up in the streets.
We had to run away. That's why all this shit happened, because it was not like even good when we came to our dads. You feel me? Like, not even like that. Like, a lot of dudes don't try with their kids and shit. Like, so I give my dad that. I'm not saying he's a terrible dad, but hey, bro, like, life was messed up. Like, we kind of like, it was abuse going on in our home. We had to leave.
Before the Mark Saldivar trial started, Tay-K's lawyers were worried about the jury bringing up Tay-K's track The Race. The prosecutors in the Ethan Walker case used the lyrics and video against Tay-K, and his lawyers didn't want people on the jury who already knew about the track. Tay-K had been popping off a little bit before he dropped The Race, but that's the track that really made him famous.
That's the track that made him famous,
and then dropping that track while he was on the run put Tay-K all over the headlines, and it's still one of the craziest situations the rap game has ever seen. Lil Yachty remixed the track and made it blow up even more. And in 2023, he posted a letter that Tay-K sent him from prison. Tay-K has some support in the industry, but a lot of people think he would have fallen off even if he didn't get convicted of two murders. Tay-K's
that was some one-hit wonder stuff, because if you really listen to him, in my opinion, I thought maybe like when I was in 8th grade or whatever, he kind of slapped, but I was like, it wasn't nothing crazy. I think the situation was more than the rap talent, to be honest. But here's the thing about why rap is so toxic, because people like him, we only gonna listen to him if he's into some stupid stuff. If he was just out rapping about, you know, cool stuff, puppies, rainbows, cars, I don't know, nobody would care. Straight up, that's the honest to God truth, bro. So I don't know. He kind of had his path paved for him way before all of this. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't looking good either way.
The only record came out after he got booked for the Ethan Walker murder though. And nobody really knows how far he would have made it in the industry. Back then, a lot of people were comparing him to dudes like YB and Namir, and Namir fell off hard even though he didn't have to fight murder cases. Tay-K's fans were hoping he'd get parole in the Ethan Walker case and start dropping new music, but now he's completely cooked. Tay-K got lucky because the jury only convicted him of murder for killing Mark Saldivar instead of capital murder, which means that he might eventually get parole if he keeps his head down and stays out of trouble. But even in the best case, Tay-K is going to be serving decades before they'll even think about letting him free again.